Welcome students, I am Dr. Smita Sharma and today we'll start a new chapter named Voltage Regulator. This is your one of the topics of MSc Final Paper 7th. So first of all we'll define voltage regulator. So it is a circuit that supplies a constant voltage regardless of changes in load current. So this voltage regulator is an essential part of the power supply because it allows power supply to supply a constant voltage. They can be designed using operational amplifiers, ICs, and initially they were Zener diode was used as a voltage regulator. So basic voltage regulator is the Zener diode. What happens whenever there is change in the input voltage or input current, the output also varies along with that. So voltage regulator allows the power supply to supply constant voltage regardless of these changes. Here in this chapter we will be discussing IC voltage regulators. They can easily be designed using Zener diodes and operational amplifier, but they make a complex circuit. In turn, IC voltage regulators are very easy to use. So the benefits of IC voltage regulators are IC voltage regulator are versatile. They can be used at many places. They are relatively inexpensive. They have different features such as programmable output, current voltage boosting, thermal shutdown, floating operation, etc. Now, before discussing IC voltage regulator, we'll discuss its different types. So, IC voltage regulators come in various types. First and most foremost is fixed output voltage regulators. They can either be positive or negative. Second is the adjustable output voltage regulator. This can also be either positive or negative. Then comes switching regulators. And fourth type is the special regulators. All these types we'll be discussing in detail. But initially, in order to describe a voltage regulator, we need certain parameters. We'll first define these parameters. Before discussing these parameters, we'll go through the uses of voltage regulator. So, voltage regulator are best used as on-card regulation in laboratory type power supplies. They can be used in control circuits in pulse width modulation, in push-pull bridges and series type switch mode supplies. So these are some of the uses of voltage regulators. Now we'll discuss the performance parameters for voltage regulator. So in order to describe the performance of voltage regulator, we lay down certain parameters that should be satisfied according to the regulation of the voltage or current. So these are called performance parameters, and these are: first is line regulation, then load regulation, temperature stability, ripple rejection, and output resistance. We'll define all these parameters one by one. First of all, we'll take line regulation. So, in order to describe line regulation, first we'll study about line voltage. So, we know the input line voltage has nominal value 220 volts. Generally, it is in India, it is the line voltage is 220 volts. But what happens actually? Actual voltage varies depending on the time of the day. It also depends on the locality and many other factors. So what we can say, this actual there is continuous variation in the actual voltage that is being supplied to the house. Now the secondary voltage is directly proportional to line voltage. So if load voltage will change whenever line voltage changes. So now we have already discussed that during the daytime actual voltage keeps on varying, that is line voltage keeps on varying. So if line voltage keeps on varying, load voltage will also change. We'll define now we'll define line regulation. So line regulation is defined as VHL minus VLL upon VLL into in terms of percentage into 100%. Here VHL is the load voltage with high line. VLL is the load voltage with low line. Now here it should be noted, the smaller the line regulation, the better is the power supply. So in order to make a good power supply, it is necessary that this parameter should be small. Next is the load regulation. This load regulation indicates how much the load voltage changes when load current changes. So why load current will change? Whenever load changes, the resistance of different load is different. In turn, load current also changes. So with the change in load current, there is change in load voltage. So how much change is occurring due to change in load is indicated by load regulation. Basically, it is defined as load regulation is equals to VNL minus VFL upon VFL into 100% in terms of percent. Here VNL is the load voltage with no load. When no load is applied to the supply, then the voltage at the two ends is VNL. VFL is the load voltage with full load. So if we put these values and we calculate, we get load regulation. Again, the smaller the load regulation, the better is the power supply. Next parameter that we'll define is the temperature stability, or it is also known as average temperature coefficient of output voltage. It is defined as change in output voltage per unit change in temperature, and it is expressed in millivolts per degree centigrades or ppm per degree centigrades. Here also it should be noted that as the temperature stability increases, the performance of power supply gets deteriorated. So the smaller the temperature stability, the better is the power supply. Next parameter that we'll define is the ripple rejection. Now what is ripple rejection? It is the measure of regulator's ability to reject the ripple voltage. It is expressed in decibels. So if regulator is able to reject ripple voltage in a better way, then the ripple rejection will be more. So more is the ripple rejection, more is the better is the performance of the power supply. It is generally expressed in decibels. Next performance parameter that we'll define is the output resistance. The output resistance of power supply determines the load regulation. So if a power supply has low output resistance, its load regulation will also be low and the performance of power supply will be good. The output resistance can also be defined as RTH is equals to VNL minus VFL upon IFL. We have already defined VNL and VFL. IFL represents the full load current. You can see from the diagram, if we plot a graph between VL and IL, as VL decreases, IL keeps on increasing. The output resistance is related to the slope of this graph. The more the horizontal the graph, the lower is the output resistance, and in turn this leads to low load regulation and better performance of the power supply. So these are the 5 performance parameters that are necessary to be studied before using any power supply. Now we'll take one by one the types of voltage regulators. So first of all, we'll discuss the most commonly used voltage regulators, IC voltage regulators, that is fixed voltage regulators. As I have already told you that fixed voltage regulators can be either positive voltage regulators or negative voltage regulators. First we'll discuss positive voltage regulator. So positive voltage regulator series that is most commonly used is 7800 series. It comes with 7 voltage options. Now what is this series? 7800 series consists of 3 terminals. 3 terminal positive voltage regulators with 7 voltage options. These ICs are designed as fixed voltage regulators. That means that they will only provide fixed voltage whenever they are applied in the circuit. They can deliver output current in excess of 1 ampere. Because these are very popular because they do not require any external components. But with the help of external components, they can be used as adjustable voltages and current. If no external component is used, they will always provide a given fixed voltage. These IC additionally have internal thermal overload protection, internal short circuit current limiting, and adequate heat sinking. Generally, for proper operation of such fixed voltage regulator, they require a common ground between input and output voltages. The difference between input and output voltages, that is VIN minus VO, is called the dropout voltage. This for this 7800 series should be at least 2 volts. It must be 2 volts. As you can see from the figure, I have placed 78XX series voltage regulator with 3 terminals. One terminal is grounded, that is named 2 terminal is grounded, and 1 is in the input and 3 is in the output. I have also placed 2 capacitors Ci and Co in the input and output circuit. Capacitor Ci is required if regulator is appreciably distant from a power supply filter. So these capacitors are not necessary, but they can be used whenever regulator is at a distance from the filter of the power supply. C0 is also not needed, but it can be used. It is able to improve the transient response of the regulator. So if need arises, it can be used. They are not necessary components. They can also be used as current sources. So the availability of 7800 series is in form of metal package or plastic package. The 7800 series is named as 7805, 7806, 7808, 7812, 7815, 7818, 7824. These 7 positive voltage series provide voltage, output voltage as 5 volts, 6 volts, 8 volts, 12 volts, 15 volts, 18 volts and 24 volts. These 7800 series, you can see they have been named according to the output voltage they are providing. If we are taking 7805 IC, then it will provide 5 volt fixed voltage. 7806 will provide 6 volts and so on. Now we'll discuss the negative voltage series. So negative voltage series, if we take up 7900 series, it provides fixed output voltage with 9 voltage options. Now this 7900 series of fixed output negative voltage regulators are complement to the 7800 series devices. That is, they provide the negative voltage. They are in internal setup, they are similar to 7800 series. They are also available in metal or plastic packaging along with 3 terminals that are provided, but they provide voltage in negative voltage. These are available in same 7 voltages option as 7800 devices. All the seven voltage options of 7800 devices is also provided by 700 series, but in complement. That is, it will be minus 5 volts, minus 6 volts, minus 8, minus 12, minus 15, minus 18, minus 24. In turn, 2 extra voltage options are also available in this series, that is minus 2 volts and minus 5.2 volts. They are also available. So finally, this series is written as such: 7902, it will provide minus 2 volts. 7905, it will provide minus 5. 7905.2, it will provide minus 5.2 and so on. All these voltages provide a fixed voltage. Wherever they are applied, they give the fixed voltage, and they are not they will not vary whenever the load is changed or there is change in the line voltage. So that is why they are very efficient to use, but the problem is there is a certain problem. The problem is that if we use fixed voltage regulation, then we'll be getting a fixed voltage in the output. Say if we take positive 5 volts, so in that power supply we'll always get fixed 5 volts. Now if we require, in some experiment we require 6 volts or 8 volts, then this supply will not be able to provide you 6 or 8 volts. So fixed voltages are used along with the certain device that is requiring a fixed voltage, and we are not changing the input of power supply. We are not required to change the power of the power supply that is being provided to the circuit that we are using. So they are used very commonly, but they are used wherever we are not changing the output voltage that is being provided by the power supply. Now if we in many electronic circuits or experiments we generally require variable voltage. That is, we need once we need 5 volts, other times we'll be needing 8 volts. For other part of the same experiment we might be needing 18 volts. So if we want 5 volts, 8 volt, 18 volts, what we'll have to do? Either we'll have to change power supply every time we change the we are taking reading for different types of voltages, or we can use a certain device that provides us different voltage from the same power supply. So for that we cannot use these fixed voltage regulators. These for that we use adjustable voltage regulators. So next we'll be discussing adjustable voltage regulators. So adjustable voltage, we'll discuss this in next chapter. What is adjustable voltage regulators? Here we'll because according to your syllabus we are only discussing the IC voltage regulators. So we'll discuss this in next chapter. Thank you.